I met a gypsy.
Man, that's kind of a, like you said, you learn the hard way. But I mean, it was pretty crazy to watch you have that shoulder injury, definitely not be 100%, and then almost look better the slower that you rode. I mean, that's got to be like a little bit of a mental. It's got to just be a head essentially. But you know, from there, like, you can learn from that and go, I don't need to win every single race.
And it was hard for me because the biggest thing is I hate disappointing. That's like another thing. Like, I don't like disappointing people, especially ones close to me. Like, other people are out of my circle. Like, I mean, I can disappoint you and it won't like bother me as much. But like my dad, my trainer, mechanic, team, if I disappoint them, I felt like I've just failed, like everything. I hate it. Always hate. That's why at Indy 2, I lined up for the main event. I'm like, this is my mistake.
Yeah.
I did it, and I'm going to fix it. I'm not just going to back down. And I've always been taught to never back down from anything. And the team was even telling me, dude, you don't have to do it today. Like, you're fine. You have many years on the way. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'll race. I'm not quitting. Like, don't know you're not quitting. It's just like, it's a smarter decision. I'm like, no. Just that stubbornness. And like, once I did the heat race, like, I had no strength in my shoulder. I hit a rhythm lane, like that rhythm lane after the start straight. We go jump in. I hit that, pulled my shoulder a bit, and my whole body collapsed. And I kept going. I'm like, I always have to use more legs, like this kind of adapting. And my dad was up in the grandstand, like freaking, well, not freaking, just like, come on, like, please be smart here and not doing what Johnny was stressing. The team was just like, oh, please don't, because I was so stubborn. I'm like, no, I'm not going to give up. I can still get this. I'm still close. I can still win. Because I had that bait at Houston too when I won, and I won it fairly easy. I'm like, okay, I could win all these races even at 80%. So I just had that in my mind. I'm like, yeah, I may be hurting now, but I can still be close to winning. Like, I said in my mind, yeah, I can get a podium even for how I was. But just kind of thinking, just before sighting lap, I couldn't even get my goggles on. Yeah. Like, I went to go put my helmet on, and then I just got my helmet on. Like, I look like all crippled. And then I go to put my goggles on, and like, I literally just lift my shoulder a bit. I'm like, oh, I can't. Like, in the last chance, I had my mechanic help me put my goggles on. Like, it sucked, and everyone gave me shit because I was crying, but it's because I'm so, people don't know is that we've sacrificed so much, and my emotions, because I'm at the age where your emotions are probably at its peak. I'm still
your balls
turning
are
into an adult. My balls are dropping. Like, my what do you call it? Hormones are through the roof at this age, probably. So, like, and the emotion got, and I am an emotional person. Like, I tend to like lose my crap, or like, and I do get emotional sometimes, and that just, like, because it's something I loved, and I felt like I disappointed people, that kind of hurt it worse, like made it worse almost. That I felt like I failed my family, failed my trainer, team, and all that stuff. So I hated it, like, absolutely hated it.
Man,
but
I think the best I think the best athletes are the ones that it's almost like winning's not the main priority. It's like not losing is the main priority, and then winning is the default that comes from not losing. So it's just like so scared of losing.
Yeah, exactly. And most of the people, like, if you look at most of the champions, they don't have much money. So and their parents didn't have much. Where you see the people who do have parents are wealthy, like, you may get one in a million almost. Like, you very rarely have a person their parents had money and that stuff, and they made it. Like, and it's funny because most people, like, I feel like over here they can race and they still have something to fall back on. they have their dad that has a business. They have their mum or someone that has a business. They're working. They're still like, they have something to fall off on. And plus they did all of school, where I have nothing. If I fail here, I have nothing to go through. I'm sure probably people would help, maybe. Depends who are the real friends at the end of the day. But my parents don't have any money. I'm paying them to be able to have the visa and that stuff so they can stay here with me. So I have that risk of, it's not like, oh, I fail, oh, we can try again another time. It's, if you fail, you're done. So I have, like, that's why I'm so, Hunter and I are so hard on ourselves than probably other people are. It's because we have nothing to go back to, and my parents have sacrificed so much that we're trying to do everything we can to give back to them, to make those 5 or so years of those hard times, going through Europe and that stuff, try and make those disappear with the future and how successful we become. So yeah.
No, hey dude, I feel you, man. And it is cool. And I think that one of the things that, it's not like a bad rap. Like, so this is my head's like, I fucking care a lot about you and Hunter. Like, you two are really good dudes that I really, really want to see do well, because you deserve it. And I know exactly where you boys come from. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.